Here we go then. Heat 1. Donny Schmidt lines up, ready, on the line to go. That's James Dobb there looking for his position. Bob Moore walks up to the gate now with his bike being wheeled along behind him by his mechanic. This is where the tension really starts to mount for the riders. This is Heat 1. Points are at stake in this World Championship 250 Grand Prix. Robbie Herring settles down beside the defending champion number 1 Trampus Parker. 5-second board spins around, the gate's going to drop. And here we go, Heat 1 of the 1992 British 250 Grand Prix, away to go. Couple of fallers on the line, can't see who it was, but into that first dipping left-hander, up to the top left-hander they go. It looks like 98, the Team Kawasaki rider. It's Paul Malin that's got the whole shot. Malin hoisted off down the hill. Herring is there. Moore was amongst that lot. There's Johansson. And Healy there behind that group of riders into that first jump in the valley. But it looked very much like the young Brit, the Derbyshire rider, and there's one of the fallen riders. That's the Dutchman, Willy van Vessel, and he's collided with our birthday boy, Monique BERVOETS. Well, that's a shame for BERVOETS. He was hoping for something here today, but it's the lead then for the Kawasaki youngster from Derby again. It's Paul Malin. Looking back to second, that looked like Moore behind him. The American, one of the Chesterfield Rinaldi riders. And I think Herring was there in third. Indeed he is. Robbie Herring is there in third. That was Evertson behind him. Dobb was there. Diamond's there. Fanton was also in that front six. But along the valley floor they go, up towards the hills, over at the far side of the circuit. This is really where it starts to happen. Down the hill, and just look at Malin. He needs a parachute if he's going to fly that high today, but it's still 1, 2 and 3. Herring in third, Moore in second, but it's young Malin that leads up the hill for the first lap. Malin, Moore, Herring. What can the Castrol Honda rider do? And he's doing it. He's up into second, goes Herring. Over that finish line jump they go to complete that first lap. McCallie Fanton, number 10, picking up places as the rest of the pack came through. Monet there. There's Healy. And Matt Bates was in front of him. Young Matthew Bates, a superb start from the rider. And here goes Herring. After the lead, he's got it. Robbie Herring, the Castrol Honda rider, is in the lead. Paul Malin now into second. Moore still there in third. We'll try and pick him up a little further back, but those are the top 3 at the moment. Over that big tabletop, they hoist those bikes 30 foot in the air. Moore looking now for second, going underneath the inside of Malin's Kawasaki, but he didn't make it. But it's Robbie Herring beginning to stretch the advantage already. Number 19 on the Honda. The British rider looking for a result here today. Malin, Moore 81. And that's Edwin Evertson. There's Dobby, Diamond, Fanton. Picking their way around the track. Monet, Healy, number 2. As the rest of the riders make their way through, there's Johansson, number 4. That's Paul Cooper, 96, was there as well. Didi Lacker, not such a good start for him, but Schmidt, he's had a disastrous start. Way at the back of the pack, the American, the current championship leader, has it all to do, but not for this young man. Herring beginning to stretch that gap. Moore now up into second. That means Malin, 98, into third. Then it's Evertson, number 8. Dobby on the charge. There's Fanton going after Diamond. That's Monet behind those two. Here comes Healy, number 2, on the Biffy Suzuki. There's Parker, number 1. That was young Matt Bates, just gone through. Pekka Vekkanen was amongst that group, number 6, but as they leap off down these big hills, just look at Robbie Herring. Fastest in time training, fastest in qualification. Herring knows his way around this Foxhills motor park. So does this young man. Many wins here before. Paul Malin it is, 98, but Herring at the front to the cheers of the crowd. Just listen to those hooters. 20,000 or more people have turned up here today to enjoy some 250 Grand Prix motocross racing. Malin still there in third. Herring still at the front. Can anybody do about this young man's lead at the moment? He must be at least 5 or 6 seconds in the lead already. There's the only man that has any chance of catching him at the moment, 81, Bob Moore. Looking back for third place, it's still the youngster, Paul Malin, former 500 Grand Prix rider, switching his allegiances to 250 for 1992. And look at the crowd cheering Herring on. They want so much for a British winner here today. Heat 1 this is, first race of the day. Herring it is that leads. Moore, the American, 81, riding for Rinaldi Chesterfield team on the Yamaha. Then it's Malin 98 on the Kawasaki. Herring down the hill. Look at them leap off these jumps. That's 30 foot down they're going. Really cranking these bikes up into full power. Dobby beginning to close. James Dobb looking for a better position. Trampers Parker needs points here desperately today. Herring, he needs points to get himself further up the championship positions. Picked up a bit of tape in the back wheel. Hope that doesn't seize up his back brake. Slow him down considerably if it does. Moore, he's looking comfortable at the moment. Changing from 125s last year to 250s for this year. And looking good so far. Fanton got Trampers Parker right up behind him. Here's the leader. You can see Moore in the background, but it's Herring commanding the front at the moment as he goes up the hills. Moore unable at the moment to catch the very, very quick flying fish. Their third place man, young Paul Malin. Number 8, Edwin Evertson. He's having a very good ride. Here's Dobb. He's moved up a bit. Fanton is there as well, still number 10. Parker behind him on the other Honda. Trampers Parker came here today, said he liked the track, and that was on Friday night before he'd even ridden it. He did like it, so maybe the results will show. Healy, number 2, the American, still recovering from that damaged ankle that he had. Looking back behind him, it's Mickey Diamond, number 17. Bainamane, he went through. We're looking back now for the rest of the pack. There is Pekko Väkkönen, number 6. Johansson, number 4. There is, well, that's Matt Bates, 97. Wonderful ride for him. 3, PUZAR. This is a terrible start for the Italian. Needs points desperately. Like Di Smith, that could have been up the hill. Couldn't quite see his number. But there's Schmidt. Out of the points at the moment, the American, the championship leader. But here's the man that is looking for 20 in this first moto. Robbie Herring, number 19, riding the Castrol Honda, the main sponsor here today of this 250 Grand Prix at Foxhill's Motor Park. Moore on the Chesterfield Yamaha in second. Looking back for third. Team Kawasaki 98, Paul Malin. There's Evertson on the Kawasaki. 4th for Evertson. 5th it is for James Dobb. 6th for McKelly Fanton, number 10. 7th for Parker, number 1. Track conditions absolutely superb. John Haller and his team have done a wonderful job all weekend to superb this track. Look at Herring picking up trackside tape again. That's not such a good idea. Can foul up the rear brake and can lose the operation of that rear brake, which would seriously hamper Herring's chances of staying at the front. It's wrapped up around the wheel there. Look at it all over the sprocket. Moore, he's staying away from the trackside tape. Doesn't want to foul any of that in his back wheel. Malin with the gas on into the Kawasaki, riding a factory-prepared engine today. Evertson, also on the Kawasaki, takes the wide line. There's Dobby. Dobby's got Parker closing in on him. We could see a change before the checkered flag. Fanton still comfortably there behind that group, but it's the leader with that back wheel very, very tied up with tape. Moore, over the finishing jump they go to the Hooters. Here comes the Brit, Paul Malin, 98. And, oh, Dobby looks to be dropping off the pace just a little. James Dobb on the JD Kawasaki, prepared by his brother Julian. Certainly looking for some very good points. Herring it is that comes around the top to take the last lap flag, and he should stay there. Moore taking also that last lap board. Malin doing the same. And it's Parker that's now up into 4th. 13 points if he stays there. That was Evertson. Here is Fanton, number 10. Well, they look on. They really are looking on. That's Graham Young, the Castrol Honda coordinator, as Herring takes the win and 20 points.
Last week in Germany, you didn't know you were second. You thought you was 4th or 5th. Did you know you was winning today?
I knew I was in front, you know. I got a pretty good start and I could see Bobby and Paul right in front of me. I made a move on Bob, made a move on Paul, then pulled out a distance, and then just sat with the same distance between me and Bobby. I just calmed down a little bit and just kept the road with my head.
Bob Moore, the start you wanted, the start you got.
Yeah, I picked out my line before the starting gate went, and I got a good jump like I wanted to and stayed over the front of the bike and came out pretty good. Was second.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I went a little bit wide the second corner and a couple guys got by me, but as soon as I got in my pace around the second lap, I passed Malin, and then I rode my own race.
Just proves what you can do if you can get out of that gate.
Yeah.
Teammates not so lucky.
Yeah, well, it's the way it goes. You know, everyone has good races and bad races, so it's all the same for everyone.
Congratulations, Bob Moore, valuable 17 points.
Thank you.
Big smile there on the face of Bob Moore's fiancée. She should be happy. 17 points for Heat 1. Donnie Schmidt finished out of the points in 16th place. Well, it was a win for Herring, second then for Moore, and third for Paul Malin.
At the presentation, but we'll get a chance to speak to him now. But Robbie, congratulations. Heat winner number 1.
Well, the crowds prepare themselves for Heat 2. Will Robbie Herring do it again? Trampus Parker settles himself in there. McKelly Fanton drops in. There is Schmidt. There is Moore. There is James Dobb, the British rider. The time clock is set. 25 minutes plus the 2 laps. The gate is going to drop any time now. And it does. Here they go. It looks clean. Everybody's got away, no fallers this time on the start. But it's the 2 Chesterfield boys. It's Moore and Schmidt that have got 1 and 2. Malin is amongst them, so is Everton and PUZAR. But it's the 2 Chesterfield boys that really got the gas down into the back wheel this time. There they go, along the bottom straight for the first time. Oh, airborne antics over the jumps. Is there anything that can keep these guys on the ground? They really are flying. Superb track preparations here at Foxhills for their first ever 250 Castrol Motocross Grand Prix. They have done a splendid job. And it's a job that's being done at the moment for McKelly Rinaldi's lads. It's Moore and Schmidt 1 and 2. PUZAR is also lurking back there in the top 5. We could see a Rinaldi freight train here. Moore, up the hill they go, through the chalky section, gets quite rough up there as the race goes on. Dobb was there, we saw Dobb back there in 5th, a whole bunch of riders is amongst Gazarats in there. Parker's there, Herring at the back of that group, so Robbie Herring not had the best of starts in Heat 2, but it's Bob Moore, 17 points from Heat 1, he'll be looking for 20 from this one. Up over the top he goes. Turns it around that left-hand corner and leaps off that downhill leap. Just look at that. That's 20 or so foot out into air they go. Moore, 81. 250 Chesterfield Yamaha with Schmidt chased in 2nd. It's Everton in 3rd. There is Malin. Malin has got past Dobb. So the 2 British Kawasaki riders not having such a bad time at the moment. They're in the top 6. The question now is, where's Robbie Herring? We seem to have lost the Castrol rider. There's BERVOETS, number 5. He got off the gate this time without any problems. Up the hill they come. Very bumpy. Very bouncy coming up there. It's very steep. So steep you can't walk up it or even down it. And there's Herring. Robbie Herring way down at the back of the park. Didi Lacker going through with him, but it's Moore that's at the front. Schmidt that's 2nd. Looking back for 3rd, and it's PUZAR. PUZAR, then it's Malin. Then it was Evertson and Dobb was there. There's Parker, number 1. But we've got Chesterfield Yamahas 1, 2 and 3. Moore leading that procession. Should be Schmidt second, and it is. 75. 2 Americans. PUZAR, the Italian, number 3. Then it's Edvardson. Then it's Malin. Then it's Dobb. Then it's Parker, number 1, the defending champion. Oh! Down went Pekko Väkkönen, collided with the back of somebody's bike. Couldn't see who it was, but Väkkönen, Phantom's just gone through. Väkkönen gets back on the bike and gets away again. There's Healy, Gunnar Healy. Not such a good start for him again, having to work really hard as he comes through the pack, as the rest of the field come flying up over that start and finish line. And there's Herrin. Herrin seems to be, well, he's just collided with somebody. It looked very much like number 70. If it was, that would have been Jarkko Amala. Herrin seems to have some sort of trouble. Can't see what it is at the moment, but he seems to be dropping back, but not for this man. Bob Moore has got the gas on at the moment. Nobody wants to get near him. He's so quick. Schmidt is there in second, hovering, hoping maybe for a mistake from his teammate, but I don't think Moore's going to make it. Mr. Smooth he is, Bob Moore. 81 on the bike, 81 on his shirt. Second in the championship standings, coming here today to Foxhill's Motor Park. Looking for 20 points in this second moto. 17 in the first moto. Moore, Mr. Smooth, Mr. Consistent. Twice bridesmaid in the 125 series of 1990 and 1991. Schmidt, a 1990 125 winner. PUZAR, a former champion. Malin, 98, first of the British riders. There's Evertson. There's Dobb. So Malin's got up in front of Evertson. There's Parker, number 1. But here is the leader, Moore, looking back for second. Seconds are ticking by. And there he is, 75 Schmidt. Must be about 5 seconds difference between those two. Third place man at the moment. PUZAR, number 3. So it's Chesterfield Rinaldi team, 1, 2 and 3. Malin going through. There's Dobb, Parker. They're all in a line. But at the front once again, nobody seems to be able to match the speed of this young man. The very, very likeable Bob Moore. Schmidt beginning to close just very slightly. PUZAR also starting to close that gap between himself and second place man. Malin, 4th at the moment, being urged on by the partisan British crowd. Look at that leap. That is a long, long way to go down. Baderman, number 18, not looking entirely happy. He's got Peter Johansson, number 4, behind him. That's Gaza at 28. There's Phantom, number 10. At 93, that's Eastwood. Mark Eastwood in the points again. There's Gunnar Healy, number 2. Well, these boys really are putting everything they've got into this second moto. And certainly no more than this man, Bob Moore. Well, there's Schmidt going through. We've lost PUZAR. We've definitely lost PUZAR. He seems to have gone missing. He's come off the bike somewhere around the track. But it's Parker that comes through instead, so Parker goes up into 3rd. The 2 Brit riders, Malin and Dobb, there behind him, and that was PUZAR at the tail end of the British riders. So he's picked himself back up. Can he get back into points contention? Moore came here today 5th in the championship. Schmidt came here today leading the championship. Parker came here 3rd in the championship. With the points that they're beginning to amass in this first and second moto, things are going to change. There's Malin, there's Dobb, there's PUZAR chasing the 2 Brit riders. Evertson dropping back slightly, but it's Moore at the moment at the front. If he wins this, it'll be his second moto win of this 92 championship. Schmidt, he's had a hat-tricks at the German Grand Prix, had a hat-trick at the Italian Grand Prix. Doesn't look like he's going to make it a hat-trick here today. Here's the British boys, 23.98. James Dobb, Paul Malin, got PUZAR climbing all over them. PUZAR desperate to get back into that 3rd position. Made a very big mistake somewhere around the track. The news is at the moment that we've lost Robbie Herring. Here comes Moore up the top again to start another lap. Passing some of the back markers. Looking for second place man, Schmidt it is on cue. With Stefan Everts effectively now out of the championship, Donny Schmidt looks fairly certain for the crown. Parker wants to hang on to that crown. Number 1, the defending champion. There is Dobb, 23. Now PUZAR has moved past Paul Malin. Here is Paul Malin. Obviously a small mistake somewhere has cost him that position. Peter Johansson going through. There's Evertson and there's Bader Monet. Not such a good race for him. He doesn't look happy. There's Monique BERVOETS. Better second race for Monique, the birthday boy. 23 today. Kelly Fanton, number 10, going through. As the tail enders begin to pick, that's Eastwood, 93, the British rider Mark. Ooh, just look at that. That's Gunnar Healy's back end of that Biaffi Suzuki stepping out quite dramatically under braking. Once again, we're back with the race leader. It's young Bob Moore. 20 points in the bag, 2 laps to go. Here comes Schmidt. Second place and the 17 points. Looking back for third, it's Parker, number 1. Behind Parker in 4th, up the hill, is James Dobb, who's got PUZAR there in 5th. And who's this? That looks like Evertson. Yes, indeed. Evertson has gone down in a big heap. He's okay, picks the bike back up as Peter Johansson, incidentally riding with the conventional forks that Monique BERVOETS tried out in Germany the week before. So they've given them to Johansson, and here is BERVOETS with the normal upside-down forks. Interesting thing that, whether we'll see the return of the conventional forks in a year or two to come. Eastwood, he's in the points and going well. Healy, number 2. Now the main runner for the Biaffi Suzuki squad with the absence of Everts. And here comes the race leader and the race winner. 20 points. It's Bobby Moore. Second, Donny Schmidt, number 75. Third, it's Trampus Parker, number 1. Americans 1, 2 and 3. And it's 23. James Dobb comes home in 4th. PUZAR behind Dobb in 5th position as the riders make their way back to the paddock to prepare themselves and their machines for the 3rd and final heat. Let's go across to the presentation.
To the winner of Heat 2, so let's hear it then for Chesterfield's Bob Moore.
Heat 3 comes up onto the line with Robbie Herring. A broken gear shift in the second heat denied Herring a chance of scoring some points. There's Parker, 3rd in that second heat. There's Mr. Parker Senior. Come to see how his son gets on here today in the English Grand Prix. 5-second board is up. That gate will drop any moment and they'll be off. Heat 3, here they go. Who's it going to be that's going to hit the front first? PUZAR was there, Moore was there, and Schmidt was there. But it's Schmidt at the moment from Moore and PUZAR. Looks like Dobby on the inside, but it's a Chesterfield freight train at the moment. The 3 Rinaldi Chesterfield Yamahas 1, 2 and 3 at the front. At the start of this 3rd heat, Parker was also in the fray, but it's Schmidt that leads. Donny Schmidt, if he can win now, this will be his first win here today. PUZAR is 3rd. Moore was 2nd. Fanton going through. Whole group of riders. Dobb was amongst them. Healy has just gone through. So was Ivan and Monet as the rest stream up that long, chalky straight. Gets very, very rough up there. They have to hang on. Down the big hills they come. Here is the race leader. Schmidt Moore, PUZAR, Chesterfield's 1, 2 and 3. Can anybody stop them here today? Getting back for 4th and 5th place men, but Schmidt will be happy if he wins this one. At least one win at this English Grand Prix. Up the hill they go towards the finish for the first time. Donny Schmidt, 75. Bob Moore, 81. PUZAR it is, number 3 in 3rd. And it's Fanton. Then it's Dobb in 5th. Baderman was also there. So was Peter Ivan. Up the hill they come. They're battling for places. There is Herring. Not a good start for the British rider. Going to have to charge through the pack. He needs to get in the top 3 for a possible overall rostrum position at the end of the day. But at the moment, it's the 3 Chesterfield Yams that have the front. 1, 2 and 3. Schmidt, Moore and PUZAR. Hoisting those bikes up. Here's Fanton in 4th. Dobb is in 5th, 23. Consistent riding. Monet coming through. Ivan just gone through as well. There's Healy. Looking for Herring yet again. There's Parker dropping back the pace just a little bit. Diamond just gone through. 17. Pick up the leader once again as he drops into the ruts before the big tabletop jump. That is 30 foot in the air they hoist those bikes. It's Donny Schmidt, the American, looking good. Up the chalk hill they go. Still the Chesterfields 1, 2 and 3. Schmidt, Moore, PUZAR. Fanton was 4th. Is he still going to be 4th? He is. Gets very gnarly at the bottom there. They drop off into the very loose, earthy sections of that part of the track. Easy to make a mistake. Dobb is still there behind Fanton in 5th. Great ride from the British Derbyshire young man. Former British 125 250 champion Dobb. Not yet getting to grips with the Grand Prix circuit. 1 win in Austria this year. PUZAR in 3rd. Schmidt leading. Moore still 2nd. And Fanton is still there in 4th. This is a good ride from the Italian. There is Dobby trying to get in touch with Fanton on the Honda in front of him. Up that big hill they go. It's Ivan and Monet just gone up through there. Evertson and Herring was amongst that group. There's Kakavekinen, Johansson, and that's Trampus Parker. So there's really not a lot between that group of riders. There's the top 3 at the moment. Still Schmidt and still Moore, but look at PUZAR. He's closing on Moore. We could see a challenge for that 2nd place. The young Italian really has got the bit very firmly between his teeth. The leader, Schmidt, it is. Into that gnarly section at the bottom. And look at PUZAR. PUZAR trying him through on the inside. No. Bob Moore held the line, but PUZAR having a dig at his teammate. Obviously, there are no team orders here today. Schmidt that leads. Who's it going to be in 2nd place? It's still Moore. Still PUZAR 3rd, but PUZAR wants those 17 points. And I think once he gets past Moore, he'll go after Schmidt. Fanton still comfortably there in 4th. Fanton going through and up the hill to start another lap. Just a little bit of dust beginning to show its face. There is Dobb behind Fanton, still in 5th. Healy. Gunner is on the gas, beginning to pick up places, and Herring is right behind Healy as the Castrol Honda steps out over the hump at the top. It's Monique BERVOETS, but now we're back at the front once again. And have we seen a change yet? It's still Schmidt that leads. Looking back for 2nd and 3rd. It's either going to be Moore or it's going to be PUZAR. And it's PUZAR. PUZAR, the Italian, has got 2nd from Moore. Phenomenal piece of riding from him. Now the question is, can Moore break back? Can he come back after his teammate? 3 Chesterfield team runners all together. There are no team orders. He who wins, wins, and that's all there is to it. Dobby, comfortable still behind Fanton. Under no real threat at the moment from Monet. There's Peter Ivan, 29. And there is Herring going after those 2 in front. Healy is also still there. But we're looking back at the front. Schmidt, 75, still has the lead. And look at PUZAR. He's got the bit most firmly between his teeth. He's going after his teammate, the current championship leader, Donny Schmidt. The gap is closing corner after corner. I think we're going to see PUZAR make a challenge. Moore already beginning to drop off the pace just a fraction. Probably watching what's going on in front. Schmidt, but look at PUZAR, right on the back of Schmidt's rear wheel. Moore sits there, watches the fun. If either of those two make a mistake, he'll be through to take the lead in those possible 20 points. And look at PUZAR on the inside. Has he got Schmidt? Yes! Alexandro PUZAR takes the lead in Heat 3 of this British 250 Grand Prix. He's looking for 20 points. And beginning to pull away from Schmidt. Can Donny Schmidt do anything? Now will Moore come after Schmidt for second? Fanton is still there in fourth, and he's beginning to close on Moore. So we could see a change to third position. There's Dobby, 23, the British rider. Ivan now under pressure from Robbie Herring, the winner of the first heat on the Castrol Honda. Monet under pressure now from Edwin Evertson. Down the hill they come. It's PUZAR that leads from third to first. Schmidt from first to second. Moore, winner of Heat 2, now third in Heat 3. Fanton looking for a top 3 placing. Dobby still in there at fourth. Fifth now it is then for Dobby. Herring's on the charge. The flying fish beginning to breathe down Peter Ivan's rear pipe. Over the top they go. Here's PUZAR still in the lead. Can he stay there for the remainder of this 25 plus 2 lap race? Schmidt will certainly try to come back at him. PUZAR gets the back end slipping and sliding down the hill again. These are monstrous leaps down this Foxhill's motor park track. They really are breathtaking when you go off them. Along the bottom, Alexandra PUZAR really wants to do something about the points position. Donny Schmidt there beginning to drop off the pace. Bob Moore also dropping off the pace. Fanton is also lurking, still there in fourth position. But PUZAR it is. He really is got something between his teeth at the moment, and I'm not sure what it is, but whatever it is, I'm sure the rest of his fellow competitors would like some of it, because he has got the checkered flag firmly fixed between his eyes. PUZAR in the lead. Schmidt here still in second spot, number 75. Moore is beginning to close on his fellow teammate. Fanton can still see those two in front. And we've got a problem because Schmidt's gone to the lead. PUZAR is out. The rear suspension appears to have collapsed. Either suspension or subframe has broken on that Chesterfield Yamaha. And this will disappoint PUZAR. Well, be more than I can express. Alexander PUZAR from third to first, and now he heads back to the paddock. Obviously a very disappointed young Italian. Well, that's given Schmidt the lead. Donny Schmidt has got the lead again. If he can stay there to the checker, that's 20 points. Moore is still there in second. That puts Fanton up into third now. Here's Dobb. Can Dobb do anything about Fanton? Herring going after Dobb. Honda versus Kawasaki, the two British riders, both former British champions. Evertson up the hill, got Trampers Parker there behind him. Parker desperately, we very nearly made a mistake there. Needs the points. Leader, it's Schmidt, takes the checkered flag and 20 points. Looking back for second place man, it's Moore with the 17. He's happy. Fanton, ecstatic with third. Herring took fourth. So what happened to Dobby? There he is in fifth. He won't be pleased with Herring taking him on the closing couple of laps.